What's going on, guys? My name is Eldenero and welcome to episode 109 of my FIFA 15 career mode with Manchester United. We're finally entering January in this episode and it has taken so long, it seems like. I don't know, we've been kind of doing this season for ages, and maybe it's just because the content has been very similar in that we tend to just win every game, or at least not concede very many goals and play very well. But in this episode we're taking on Everton in the opening game, and they've been a strange team. In fact, I think looking at their starting 11, there's a lot of different players in there who I don't really recognise, which is strange but also refreshing. They have been a team who've inherited an awful lot of money. I know that whenever the Everton job appears in the Browse Jobs section, they always have about 60 million, and I don't know why that is. I guess they were taken over or something like that in the actual script of the season itself. But in the 29th minute of this game, they came forward with the ball coming to James McCarthy, who goes wide, and it comes to Warris inside the box, who actually does really well to actually start this entire move and move back into the box before heading it into the side net, so nothing came of that chance. But we come into the second half with Schürrle picking the ball up in the Everton half as we went for a kind of a quick build up on the edge of the right or the left hand side of the pitch, and Alberto Jordan plays it into Wayne Rooney, who came incredibly close to giving us the lead. The former Evertonian himself, well, he is an Evertonian, he's a former Everton player. The ball comes to Alberto Jordan once more, who once again feeds Wayne Rooney, but this time Rooney's shot was saved by the goalkeeper, not very convincingly, but they did manage to scramble it clear nonetheless. And we come to the final 5 minutes of the game with Wayne Rooney on the ball. He plays it into Timo Huppertz, trying to get something going in this midfield, because it was an incredibly dull game before this moment. Like, nothing had really happened at all. But Timo Huppertz gets into a great position before striking it straight at the goalkeeper and seeing the chance eventually escape him. Then we come into stoppage time at the end of the first half with Roberto Soldado on the ball. He has to look up on the edge of the box, see if he can find anybody. He does find Timo Huppertz, who once again goes for goal, this time missing the post by a matter of inches, and the game ends in a very disappointing 0-0 draw, much like the game against Fulham in the last episode. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe there's been another change in the dynamics of the game. I'm not too sure. Like, it feels slightly different playing FIFA now, but I don't know why that is. I think there are a lot of things that affect your psychology when you play video games, and that's a theory that has sort of never really left me for a long time. Like, I noticed that if I play Call of Duty for a long time and I get particularly angry at the game, then I play worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and I have to take a long break. And I think maybe that's starting to happen to me with FIFA now, because I've been playing it so much, so consistently for so long, that I don't know, I kind of feel like I need a break from it sometimes. But we're playing against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Fucking Chelsea, my least favourite team to play against, and for anybody who gets sensitive about that, that means that they are incredibly good. That's a compliment to Chelsea, because I said that before. I had a video titled Fuck Chelsea, or no, Fucking Chelsea, and the whole video was kind of the theme of it was that they're so difficult to play against. They've been a constant thorn in my side since the start of the series overall with Leicester. Like, they were the ultimate opponents that I could never really beat, and that's because they're so good. Like, they have an incredible team, and some people got offended by that, but hey, what are you going to do? It's the internet. But as you can see in this game, we come up to the 23rd minute with the ball coming in towards Remy Cabella. It eventually gets headed away by, I think it was Rafael Varane in there, and it comes to Dybala, who is in the centre forward position in this game, and he tries to get something moving anywhere on the pitch, looking for a run. He sees one from Javier Hernandez, who takes it round Gary Cahill into an advanced position, but his shot is saved by Petr Cech, who is hilariously favoured in goal for Chelsea in the year 2020. So yeah, realism, it's really good. Then we come up to the, I don't know what minute in the game this was, but Edison Cavani did manage to find the back of the net. I think it was the 29th minute. Yes, it was the 29th minute. Edison Cavani finding the back of the net for Chelsea, beating David De Gea as the Chelsea fans celebrate along with their new, like, it's really annoying. Like, Chelsea just, I don't know what it is about them. The way they pass the ball, the way every single slide tackle they put in is perfect. We were reduced to long shots like this one from Javier Hernandez, and if any player is not to be asked to score a long range shot, it's definitely Javier Hernandez. But we got a corner kick in the 54th minute, from which we forced yet another corner as it comes out to Andre Schürrle, the former Chelsea player, who takes it. It goes in towards Dybala, whose header goes so close, but the fingertips of Petr Cech kept it out of the net. And then we come up to the hour mark of the game with Dybala coming forward, evading the tackle of Ramirez, who at the age of like 34 or something like that is actually incredibly quick on this game. He's faster than Javier Hernandez, which just infuriates me no end. But the ball went out for a corner kick, having been deflected out after a hilarious clearance from the Chelsea defence. It comes to Wayne Rooney, who takes the corner kick, who swings it in towards Andre Schürrle, who scores against his former club. And it took me a second to remember how to do that respect celebration, but that is the one that he chose to do. Andre Schürrle is like a German Damien Duff. Does anybody think that? That's what I think. But we come up to the 69th minute minute of the game with Chalobah bombing forward as he plays it into the path of Javier Hernandez, who has a few inches of space ahead of the Chelsea defence, but his shot was saved by Cech and cleared by that defence. Then in the 85th minute of the game, some really sloppy defending from Rafael Varane sees the ball intercepted by Nemanja Matic, who feeds it into Ramirez, who misses so comically, which I was delighted about. But we come up to the 90th minute of the game with Chelsea intercepting the ball in midfield. It comes to Diego Costa, who has a look up for any options around him and plays it into Nemanja Matic himself, who backheels it cleverly into Atsu, whose strike hits off the crossbar, and there is Nemanja Matic to score in the 90th minute and personify my hatred for playing against Chelsea, because it's last minute goal or like a last minute of the half goal, like they always just find a way to score against me and ruin my entire life and make my existence a living hell. Nah, just kidding. But in all honesty, that was so annoying, and we succumbed to our first defeat of the entire season overall at the hands of fucking Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where we just can never ever come away with a positive result. But January is upon us, as I did mention. This is the 2nd of January. We get a transfer offer for David De Gea, which is laughable. I say no to that every single day of the week. And we also got an offer for this lad, Jean-Claude Prepelita, who, while he is fast, is very bad in every other aspect of his play. So I accept Cardiff's offer of £675,000 for him, so we let him go. And I went and I made a bid for Gareth Bale, and I don't even expect them to even reply to this with anything other than laughter, but I was trying to figure out which player to offer, and I was like, Di Maria, because he's injured, he's out for most of the season, and when he does come back, he's going to be 32, so we might as well try and offload him and get in Gareth Bale instead, because I think that's an adequate replacement. And somebody asked in the last episode for Valère Brasson's stats, so here they are. I don't want to let him go. I want to definitely sign him back, but I'd really like to see if his speed will increase at any point, because he's a winger, and if he signs for me, there's no way I'm going to be playing him as a winger because of his poor pace and everything else. So I'd rather just leave him at Leicester and let him develop for now, and then we'll see what happens later on down the road. But I do plan on getting him back. It's just, if I sign him and play him as a cam, I don't think he'll actually develop that much at all. But our next game is away from home at Loftus Road as we take on the mighty QPR, one of the only teams to stop us from winning in the league this season so far. And in the 5th minute of this game, Timo Huppertz had a volley from outside the box that went so close to giving us the lead, but it would have been a spectacular lead. We come up to the 24th minute of the game with Diakite going wide to Matt Phillips as he takes it down the left hand side and plays it into Tarabt, who gets brought down allegedly inside the box by Chris Smalling, and the referee awards a penalty. This was really strange to play because the crowd didn't react at all to the penalty. They didn't even cheer. I don't know if you can hear it on the back, like the backing audio, whatever it is, like of the game. I don't think you can hear it, but if anything, this is assault. Adel Tarabt like goes and does a fucking kung fu kick on Chris Smalling. There's no way that that's a penalty on this planet. But the Danish Peter Crouch steps up for QPR. That's Simon Makienok, or whatever his name is, Makienok. He ends up scoring for them, and he has had a great record against me since he signed for QPR. He's been really annoying to play against, to the point where I actually have scouted him. After this game, I went out and I actually scouted him just to see if he's worth signing, because I love signing players that I hate, like Tom Huddlestone and that. But just after the half-hour mark in this game, Chalobah does really well inside the box, but sadly sees his shot saved really well by the QPR goalkeeper, who actually did have a great performance in this game. In the 44th minute, just before half-time, Javier Hernandez comes forward and plays it into Timo Huppertz in a great position, who feeds it into Powell, who sees his chance saved by the keeper again and then cleared by the QPR defence. Then just before stoppage time, QPR picked the ball up inside of our half with McKinnock playing it into Leroy Fer. He goes wide to Matt Phillips once more on the left hand side, whose cross finds the Danish Peter Crouch, who finds the back of the net and makes it 2-0 to QPR. And I really hope he's not Norwegian, because that's something I would do is fuck that up. But he makes it 2-0, and we're 2-0 down to QPR, like, and it's just so ridiculous. They're so difficult to play against all of a sudden, and I don't know why. The formation I chose was not a particularly good one, but the man himself almost got a hat-trick in the 49th minute of the game with 2 efforts, one striking the post and the other one going just wide of the post. And then just past the hour mark, QPR came forward again, but thankfully this time we intercepted it, and the ball gets fed into Timo Huppertz by Wayne Rooney. Huppertz gets into a great position, and again, that goalkeeper, makes a fantastic save, keeping QPR 2-0 in front. And Huppertz again picks up the ball in the 67th minute as he plays it into Andre Schürrle, who steps over. He had just come onto the pitch at this point. He takes on Christian Gamboa, gets round him with the Ronaldo chop and finesses it into the corner to give us a lifeline in this game and hopefully start what would be a pretty good comeback. And I tried to get him to pick the ball up, but the dozy cunt decided to celebrate with fucking 22 minutes left in the game when we needed to get back into it. Then in the 82nd minute, Dybala's shot gets saved in spectacular fashion by the goalkeeper. Then 2 minutes later we came forward again with the ball coming into Soldado, who does manage to beat the keeper but couldn't beat that inside post, and it comes back out again. Then Signorini just decided enough was enough and he comes bombing into the QPR defence, determined to hold on to the ball. And then the goal, what even is this save? Have you ever seen the goalkeeper save it like this before? What the fuck is that? It bounces off his foot and then off his hand and goes wide. It's ridiculous. And then from the corner kick it comes in, it comes out to Signorini, who plays it to Chalobah, who goes back to Signorini, who shoots from distance, and again the shot is saved and cleared by the QPR defence, and the London team stands tall and walks away with the victory for what was their second consecutive defeat of the season so far, having been unbeaten previous to that, which is so shocking, so shambolic, and so frustrating. That's the end of this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like, that would be much appreciated. I've been El Dinero. Fuck everything.